Today we're going to talk about the determinant of a matrix. In order to have a determinant, you must have a square matrix to begin with. So, must be square. And what a matrix, or what a determinant of a matrix is basically a calculation used for more advanced mathematics. We're going to basically just be calculating these values and not use them for any of our applications. You'll get to that next year. So, if I take a look at some matrix A, we notate the determinant of A as, here's the abbreviation, determinant of A, and what that looks like symbolically is something like an absolute value sign around a matrix. To actually calculate the determinant, we do the following. So if I have my determinant of matrix ABCD, my 2 by 2, the calculation for the determinant is taking a cross multiplication of this diagonal, so AD, and subtracting from it the cross multiplication of this diagonal, BC, and getting some numerical value in this case. If I take a look at an actual calculation, we want to find the determinant of matrix A. That's going to symbolically look like this. And again, we just take our cross multiplication. So in this case, I have 3 times 1 minus negative 2 times 7. So we end up with 3 plus 14 or 17. Pretty straightforward. And again, what's it mean? At this point, nothing, but you're going to need this preparation for future mathematics that you're going to do. We can also take and use some algebra within determinant. So in this case, what I'll do is I'll take and do my determinant calculation. I've got this diagonal multiplication here of x plus 7 times x minus 1. It's going to be subtracted by this diagonal multiplication, or 7 times 5. All that's going to equal 0, so I have FOIL to do here, x squared plus 6x minus 7 minus 35 equals 0, or x squared plus 6x minus 42 is equal to 0. And then I want to solve for x. And since this doesn't factor, we go to the quadratic. So I've got negative 6 plus or minus 36 plus 4 times 42 all over 2, which is going to simplify about negative 6 plus or minus square root of 204 over 2. I can clean that up a little bit. I've got negative 6 plus or minus 2 root 51 over 2, which again simplifies to, since 2 goes into both of these, negative 3 plus or minus root 51. That's simple. So now we're going to calculate the determinant of a 3 by 3. And in order to do this, we're still going to multiply diagonals, except it's a little more complicated. You'll notice here's my determinant of the 3 by 3, and what I've done over here is I've taken and I've copied that matrix down twice. Now, to calculate the determinant, what we want to do is we want to take the matrix ABCD, or ABC, sorry, on the left, and we want to draw diagonals all the way across. We're going to take the product of each of those diagonals and then add those products together. So if I'm going to the right, I'm adding. Now I take the ABC columns on the right side of this 3 by 6 and I take their products, but since I'm moving to the left, that reminds me to subtract those products. So what I get is I get the product of AEI, that's this guy going to the right, BFG, CDH. Since they're all going right, I take and add those products. And then I've got AFH, BDI, and CEG. Since those are all going left, I subtract their products. So let's take and find the determinant of this matrix. Again, I'm going to take and copy the matrix down twice. So I've got 4, 5, 2, 2, 1, 0, negative 1, 1, 3. Do it again. 4, 5, 2, 2, 1, 0, negative 1, 1, 3. I'm going to take and multiply diagonals moving to the right. And once I've done those multiplications, I'm going to add. So my first diagonal, I have 4 times 1 times 3. I'm going to add that to 2 times 1 times 2. I'm going to add that to negative 1 times 5 times 0. Then I'm going to take and look at my left diagonals of the same matrix. And in this case, I'm going to subtract everything. Subtract 4 times 1 times 0. Subtract 2 times 5 times 3. Subtract negative 1 times 1 times 2. And then I find all these products, sums and differences, and get a numerical answer. This is 12 plus 4 plus 0 minus 0 minus 30, and this is a plus 2. So combine all these, I get 16 minus 30 is negative 14, plus 2 is negative 12. And that's my determinant. Just straight calculations today. Kind of memorize the forms and you'll be all good.